You know,
Whenever you're ready.
my prayers go out to Coach Freeze. I had an opportunity to talk to him during the weekend. He's a fantastic guy, and he's going through a lot of stuff. And I know that he's going to work his way through it because he's a tough individual. And I know that his team missed him tonight, but his team did a fantastic job, and I thought they played extremely well. Questions?
Andrew?
It looked like early on when you guys were struggling to roll the ball a little bit inside and passing games really disjointed, you went to a lot of those sort of swing route screens, get the running back out in the flat, or sort of out in that wide area. What did you like about that look, and what encouraged you to go to it and keep going to it to sort of keep that?
They were playing a very unique defense. Obviously, once again, something that I had seen it before, but our team hadn't seen it before. You got to attack it a very particular way. They want to keep everyone back, and they stop a lot of deep combinations. And what you need to do is be very patient and throw the ball short, which is one of the reasons why the screens were so effective.
So it was an aspect of just taking what they were giving you, and that was enough.
And being patient.
How much of the early struggles were adjusting to their defense, and how much were jitters, like maybe Tommy?
I think it's about 50-50. I think you nailed it. Some of it was adjusting to the stuff that they were doing, which was a little different. And again, you got to understand, these guys didn't see this on tape. It's not like we got to practice these looks. They were totally new to us. So they had to make game time adjustments. And some of the young men make instant corrections very quickly, and some of them need to see it a couple of times before they get it right, which is the reason why it was kind of herky-jerky a little bit. So I'd say 50% is them and 50% was jitters, just like you called it.
Mark and then Mario.
Coach, you said earlier this week Tommy's going to have to go through some things.
Did I?
Go through some things?
There's no doubt. There's no doubt. You know, it's his first start. We can say whatever we want. It's his first start. And, you know, he's a gunslinger. He wants to go out there and take everybody on. And I'm sitting there going, hey, it's cool to be a gunslinger, but the best gunslingers are old gunslingers. And the way to become an old gunslinger is you don't take everybody on. You take the guys on when you have to take them on. He'll be more patient, and he'll be better in the next one.
Mario?
A lot of the talk coming into the season was Kendall and Altman, and that front four. Yeah, they had a great game, but the way Josh Black stepped up and the other guys. What's that say about the defense as a whole?
You know, you can't. Earlier in the game, they were chipping and they were doubling the defensive ends. When you do that, you're going to open it. You're going to single the guys up inside, and you got to pick your poison with that front. But the thing that was really exciting is that a lot of those 8 sacks, they weren't even pressures. Those are just 3-man rushes and 4-man rushes. Somebody beating a guy and them getting home, which is really good to see.
Steven?
Coach Sam Heckel, and how did the offensive line overall factor into maybe the slow start offensively?
I didn't see it that way at all. I thought it was some decisions, and again, not being sure on what they were running. I kept telling you guys and gals all week, I'm like, we don't know what they're going to do. And sure enough, when they came out, it was like, okay, we've never seen this. Let's start adjusting. And it takes a while to adjust. Now, once you get it on tape, it'll be a lot easier on the next guy because they get to look at it 4 days of preparation, decide exactly what they want to do and what they want to tell their team. We had to do it on the cuff.
How's Sam?
He seems like he's okay. I haven't had how do you say this? I haven't had a doctor report on it yet. I saw him in the locker room. He seemed like he was okay. Huh?
You need to see a doctor as opposed to the trainers?
I haven't seen the doctors yet. I came here before I got a chance to see the doctors.
Could he have returned?
I don't know. I haven't seen the doctors yet. I haven't talked to them yet.
Mark?
Coach, your offense gets a lot of publicity for good reason, but what do you feel like it's a shutout?
Oh, my goodness. You know how hard it is to get a shutout? That's big in today's game. And here's the other thing. If you look at the last 5 or 7 minutes of the game, the ones weren't out there. Those were the 2s and the 3s battling for that shutout. So to get that shutout, that's a great deal. It wasn't a good job. That's a great job.
Forcing 4 turnovers, that's just picking up where you left off last year?
Well, I'll tell you what, it was good that we had those 4 turnovers when the offense gave up 2 and then special teams gave up 1. If you win the turnover battle, you got a chance on the road. It's hard to win in college football, and it's hard to win on the road. And I don't want to. I've got a list of a whole bunch of teams. I'm not going to read them because they're not my teams. Of upsets. They got so-and-so beat so-and-so, and so-and-so. Are you kidding me? And so-and-so beat so-and-so. And all those guys were all favored, and all those guys are going home now, and they wish they had an ugly game where they won. But instead, they got an ugly game where they lost. I'm happy we got the win, that our team is happy that we got the win, and now we're 1-0, and we got an opportunity next week to be 2-0.
Mario and then Andrew.
When you look at the ground and pound that you did with the three-headed attack of Neal, those guys just keep getting better and better as the game went on. Is that how you saw it?
You know, I thought our O-line got better and better as they started to figure out what the targeting was. And then the backs were very patient. I thought they were very patient. Neal's run was a thing of beauty. It was well blocked. He jumped it. He started on the front side, jumped up the backside, boom. And then the really cool thing is he had the speed to finish it off. I mean, we've been watching him for 4 years now. So we've seen a lot of pictures of him in that situation, and it was good to see him bring it home. I think he had like 20 to 25 relatives and mom, dad, da-da-da. So it was good that he got that big play in front of all his family and friends.
Continuing on the running backs, Mo with 14 carries and Drew with 14, and Jarvion with 7. I don't know how closely you track how many carries those guys have during the game, if at all, but were you sort of trying to keep it even between that duo and Mo with his hot hand? Who you wanted
Watch it. Not at all. I didn't even know how many carries they had until you just told me. Not at all.
So how do you sort of divide?
One guy goes and he gets tired, and you go with another guy. Short yardage, the short yardage guy goes. We got certain guys that do certain things. If we're in that situation a lot, short yardage guy will get more. If we're not, the short yardage guy will get less. We kind of just divide it up.
So depending on too many factors to make
Oh yeah, it is. It's not scientific. Yeah.
It seemed like Iffy had a really nice game today. Just how impressive you've been with him kind of transitioning to the starting.
I thought Iffy did good, but I thought he could do a lot better. And I was talking to Iffy a lot out there. Don't get me wrong, he's really good, but he can be a lot better. And I want him to be, I see him at a different level, and I'm going to do everything I can to get him there. And he's a good individual. He's going to work very hard to get there. So he did a good job, but we expect him, he can do better than what he did.
All right, last 3 questions. Mario?
Finally, the season was here. You came into a hostile environment. I mean, I know you touched on it a little bit about all those teams you lost today, but what's it say to be able to start off the season with a new quarterback, new guys on offense, and pick up a victory?
We won a game on the road where we had no tape, and we're a new coach with a new staff. It's not easy to do. The way I look at it is, and don't get me wrong, you win the game, what they call it with Jimmys and Joes, the guys with the most Jimmys and Joes win. I get that. But you know what? Coaching matters too. And what games like this really takes the coaches out of it until you're right here at the game. And then now you can make adjustments which are correct, but now the young men didn't have an opportunity to practice those adjustments, and now they have to be right. And normally it takes the offense a little bit longer in that situation to adjust than a defense. But I tell you what, I'm happy we got the win. That football team is happy. Our job was to be 1-0 with a chance to be 2-0, and we've done our job.
In the back?
What does it mean to you as a coach that your team was able to hold this team to a negative net rushing?
That is so impressive. And nowadays to be able to running the football is not that hard, and be able to run the football and keep a team from being positive, that doesn't happen too much. I don't know who the analytical guys are or gals out there, but do a test on that after how many games in 2018 that a team came up negative. And I bet you the percentage, that's your baby, I know you like that stuff, I bet you the percentage is like, it's really, really difficult to do. So, I mean, that's a big, big feather, and that's the reason why I use the word great. The defense, Brian Ward and the defensive coaches along with those players did a great job tonight.
Last question, Steven.
Saw 2 backs out there together for the first time. Thinking your head coaching tenure, why did you put that in, and what do you think it has the potential to do?
We got a lot of good backs, and the more personnel groups we have, the more difficult we are to defend. And our thing is just, we talked about the Jimmys and the Joes earlier. If those guys are going to play really good, we got to get our dangerous guys on the field to make plays. If you got a guy that can shoot a 3 and you got a guy that can dunk the ball in basketball, you got to have him on the court. And you got to make sure he's shooting 3s and the other guy doesn't leave the paint so he can dunk the ball. We got some running backs that can make some plays. So we just put in another formation where maybe 2 of them can be on the field and have twice as much opportunity for them to make a play for us.
Did you draw from past experience somewhere?
Absolutely.
Where?
Absolutely. Thank you, guys. Thanks.